Clyde Property in Perth, award-winning letting and estate agents, proud sponsors of Saints TV.
I'm Callum Hain and I'm 8 years old and I'm here to interview Gary Miller for Saints TV.
Alright Pat, how are you doing?
Good.
Nice to meet you. So I see you've got some questions for me then, have you?
Yep.
Right, on you go then.
How old were you when you played for your first team?
My first ever team, I think I must have been about 7 or 8. My first professional team would have been, I made my debut in the SPL 17 I think, so that would have been with Livingston.
What is the best part about playing for Saints?
Like you say, it's a good stadium. We've got a really good squad and just it's a good team. They've always been sort of the last good few years. We've been in the SPL as well, so it's just good to come to McDermott and play. And like you've seen with the European games and that, and the fans get behind us, we can do really well.
How many goals have you scored for Saints and which was the best?
Well, I've only scored one, so I'd say that's probably the best. It was against Motherwell here. I ran for just about the halfway line there and scored into the top corner, so it was quite a good goal for me, yeah.
What has been your best day in football so far?
So far, I enjoyed winning the league with Ross County, so winning the league was good, but then we won the cup last year, so two sort of the cup and the league there, so I'd say probably both their days, if I'm being honest. It's good to sort of have that choice.
What has been your favourite part of training?
Training wise, I like playing the games and shooting and getting forward and getting involved, but it's always a good laugh when you see Mikey O'Halloran or Chris Miller throwing a wee tantrum and stuff, so that's always good.
If you could have any player to join Saints, who could it be?
I think I would say Thomas Muller. Just a midfielder that always seems to score goals, and in the World Cup he pops up. He always scores good goals, so I won't go for the normal names, I'll go for Thomas Muller.
Which team did you support and who was your football hero when you were growing up?
My football hero, well, my favourite team when I was younger was Rangers, so my favourite player would have been George Alberts at the time. I liked how he could dribble and had quite a good free kick, so he was one of my favourites when I was younger, yeah.
Who do you think the best player in the world is?
It's Messi or Ronaldo, I suppose, isn't it? But I think I would go for Ronaldo. I liked watching him when he was at Man United, and he's went to Real Madrid and scored an incredible amount of goals, so I think I would have to go for him.
What would your dream car be?
My dream car? I like watching the Formula 1, but I think a Bugatti Veyron is probably one of the fastest cars in the world, so I wouldn't mind having a try at one of them. Know that I'd probably crash it, but I'd still give it a try.
What was your favourite subject at school?
At school, I quite liked maths. Obviously PE was a good subject, but probably maths was one of my favourite ones. What about you?
Probably PE.
PE? Homework? Do you like doing homework?
Yeah.
Do you? I don't know if I believe you there.
Do you play for another sport?
Any other sports? I like to play tennis now and again. I'd like to be good at golf, but I just dig holes on the golf course really, so it's one I'd like to be good at, but I've played badminton and whatever, played them all at school, but I don't really particularly have another one that's my favourite so far, but I'd like to give golf a try.
What do you do in your days off?
Well, like you say, I've got a wee boy, he's not much but the same size as you, so on my days off, it's not really a day off. I pick him up for school and then I'm rolling about playing football, and he's right into wrestling, so it's probably harder than a normal day, to be honest. It's not much of a day off.
Who is your favourite superhero and why?
Well, everybody's is probably Superman, I suppose, but recently I watched a couple of the Batman films, so I'd probably say just now I'd like to be Batman. Although at the Christmas night out I dressed up as Spider-Man and pretended to my wee boy that I was the real Spider-Man, so I'll go for Spider-Man then, since I'm kidding my wee boy on that I'm the real Spider-Man.
Where is your favourite holiday destination?
Well, I've went to Spain and Greece in the summer there, so I'd probably say it's either of those two, but a destination I'd like to go to would be, I'd like to go to Oktoberfest in Germany, although you won't know what that is. That's a big sort of party where they have big pints of beer and stuff, and you won't be allowed to do any of that, will you?
No. What do you do to stay fit and healthy?
Obviously training helps, but I've been trying to eat good and stay away from sweeties and chocolate and Haribos, and it's probably what you eat every day of the week, is it not? So just try and keep as healthy as possible, and obviously training and stuff helps. Other than that, I'm always tired.
What music do you listen to?
I recently got Spotify on my phone, so I just click onto that and listen to whatever, but I don't really mind. When I was younger it was sort of dance music and hip hop, so mainly dance music though, a bit of techno and stuff, a bit of DJing and stuff like that, so probably that. Is that us done?
Yeah.
Is that you finished all your questions? I think I'm in a rush anyway, the manager. He's got a team talk, so it was nice to meet you. I've got a few things here for you as well, signed and stuff for the club, so there you go. And there's the programme as well, and that's a signed photo. Alright.
Thank you.
Right, cheers, nice to meet you, pal.
Callum, just interviewed your favourite player, Gary Miller. What was that like?
It was interesting and fun to meet him.
What was maybe your favourite answer you got from him?
What does he do in his spare time off?
What did he say?
Wrestling with his kid and...
Cool. And why is Gary your favourite player?
Because he scored a great goal against Motherwell, and I like his hair.
Like you said, you styled your hair in the same style as Gary Miller.
Yeah,
And how long have you been a St Johnstone supporter for?
a year.
And what's been the best game? Was it back in May?
Yeah, probably in the cup final.